Hey, Houston buyers and investors. I'm a realtor and real estate data scientist, and I've gone through thousands of local transactions to help people find their perfect fit. But today, we're not diving into every Houston neighborhood. We're focusing on four that consistently show up in national rankings and expert reports as the most sought after for 2025. The Heights, Katy, Sugarland, and the Woodlands. Each offers a totally different vibe, from walkable historic charm to booming suburban growth. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which one aligns with your goals, whether you're buying your first home or your fifth rental. Let's start with one of the most basic, but often misunderstood metrics: price per square foot. The Heights sits at around $335 per square feet, while Katy and Sugarland hover near $166, $170. That's nearly double. The Woodlands is in the middle at $210. So what does that really mean? In Katy, your budget buys you twice the space, usually in newer homes with lower maintenance. Meanwhile, the Heights commands a premium for its location and charm. The question is, are you paying for square footage or for story and setting? But price today only tells half the story. What about tomorrow? Let's look at how these areas have performed over the past 5 years. What's interesting is that even though the Heights starts pricey, it's still growing fast, especially for historic homes in high-demand pockets. In fact, some of my clients there have seen over 40% gains, thanks to low inventory and rising demand for inside-the-loop living. But maybe you're not planning to sell in 5 years. Maybe you're buying to rent. That's where monthly returns matter. Let's look at rental performance. If you're thinking about cash flow, Katy wins. The average rent-to-price ratio there is 0.6% compared to 0.5% or lower in the Heights or the Woodlands. On a $400,000 property, that's about $2,400 per month in rent, versus $2,000 elsewhere, nearly $5,000 extra per year. Add strong schools and a wave of families trying before buying, and Katy becomes a rental sweet spot. Now let's say you're not renting, you're living. What's your time worth? Because in Houston, commute time is quality of life. The Heights crushes it here. You're looking at 15 minutes to downtown, compared to 45 plus from Katy or Sugarland. That adds up to 350 hours per year saved. That's almost 9 full work weeks. And because you're going against traffic, it's more predictable and less stressful. For dual-income households working downtown, that's a game changer. But for families, nothing beats the importance of education. Let's compare school performance next. On school ratings, Katy ISD and Conroe ISD, serving the Woodlands, both average 9.5 out of 10. They have multiple schools ranked in Texas's top 1%, including Seven Lakes and the Woodlands High. Fort Bend ISD in Sugarland scores 9 out of 10, while Houston ISD, which covers the Heights, comes in around 7.5. Though schools like Harford Elementary and magnet programs help it punch above its weight. For AP courses and college readiness, the suburban districts have a clear edge. You've seen the academic side, but what about natural risks? Let's look at flood exposure and why elevation can be everything. Flooding is always top of mind in Houston. Sugarland has a low flood score of 8 over 100, thanks to its levees. The Woodlands follows with 12. The Heights scores a 20, but here's the nuance. Most of the Heights is well above the 100-year floodplain. It's just some pockets near bayous like White Oak that carry risk. So don't rule it out. Just check your elevation and the flood map before closing. Here's another big one I get from clients all the time. Can I do Airbnb here? Let's talk short-term rental rules. The Heights allows short-term rentals with city registration. Katy, it depends. Some HOAs allow, others ban it outright. Sugarland in the Woodlands. Nearly all areas prohibit STRs. I've had clients lose projected income because they didn't check HOA or city rules ahead of time. If you're banking on rental flexibility, always double-check the policy. or ask me to. All right, we've looked at the numbers. But what does this all mean for you? Let's match each neighborhood to a type of buyer. Let's start with first-time buyers. Katy is hard to beat. You get affordability, schools, and newer homes. Urban lifestyle seeker, the Heights is your spot. Walkable, close to downtown, full of character. Families with school-aged kids, the Woodlands wins on green space and top-tier education. Or if you value diversity and established safety, Sugar Land's a fantastic fit. Investors? Katy offers great rental yield, while the Heights is your play if you're looking at STR income. Bottom line, there's no universal best, just the right match for your goals. So if we factor in everything, cost, schools, appreciation, flood risk, commute, which area offers the best value overall? Here's my verdict, based on data and real-world deals. Katy, 9 out of 10. Best overall value, great for buyers and investors. The Heights, 8 out of 10. Urban premium, great appreciation and STR flexibility. Sugar Land, 7 out of 10. Safe, stable, diverse, great for long-term families. The Woodlands, 6 out of 10. Beautiful lifestyle pick, but pricier and longer commute. Remember, the best choice is the one aligned with your life, not just your spreadsheet. If you're thinking about any of these areas, or even considering Montrose, Midtown, or Edo, I'd love to help. Subscribe for weekly walkthroughs, market updates, and hidden gem alerts. And comment below if there's a neighborhood you want me to break down next. Let's find the home or investment that actually fits your life.